Think about how often people talk too much and try to prove their intentions with words rather than actions. In a world where noise has become the norm, the ability to stay silent is true strength. Silence and inner focus help you achieve everything you want. Today we will talk about why sometimes it's worth going your own way without announcing it to everyone around. Discipline and silence can lead to success. The first point is the power of silence. We live in a world where everyone strives to be heard. Social networks, news, discussions, there is so much noise around. Have you ever thought that silence itself could become your greatest advantage? The ability to stop, not rush to speak, and observe what's happening is true power. In the comments, silence gives time for reflection and weighing your steps. Without rushing to share plans, there is more space for analysis and observation. By observing and analyzing, you take more conscious steps forward. It is important to remember moments when you spoke too much and shared plans with others. Often after such words, pressure from expectations and criticism arise. By speaking less, you maintain control over the situation and give yourself freedom to move. Imagine you decided to change your profession or start your own business. Many share their intentions with friends, relatives, colleagues, listening to their opinions and advice. Often the response is, "That's too risky, you won't manage. It's better to stay where you are." Others project their fears onto your plans. At some point, you begin to doubt yourself. But if you had chosen silence and calmly moved towards your goal without discussing plans with everyone, the result would be different. This way you can focus on actions rather than on others' expectations. Think, have you ever shared plans and then faced criticism or misunderstanding can strongly affect your mood and actions? Write in the comments if you have faced something similar and how you overcame it. Silence is your weapon against others' opinions and expectations. It helps you follow your own path without unnecessary distractions. Reflect on this. When you speak less, you hear more. This is useful not only for personal purposes, but also in relationships with others. Silence helps to better understand the interlocutor, creating space for mutual understanding and trust. Try practicing it in everyday life. Try to practice more silence for a week. Share fewer plans and thoughts with others. Observe more. Notice how this affects your decisions and relationships with people. Then, write in the comments what has changed in your behavior and feelings. The second point is the need to control emotions. We do not always control our emotions and tend to react to every injustice or criticism. It is precisely in moments of emotional surge that you lose control of the situation. The ability to remain calm is a true art. Imagine a situation at work or at home where someone tries to provoke you with hurtful words or unfair criticism. At such moments, it's important not to react emotionally, but to move in silence and maintain inner balance. The moment of instinctive reaction is to engage in an argument to prove your point. But imagine you decide to act differently. You remain silent and let your emotions calm down. This helps avoid conflict, preserve dignity and inner balance. How do you usually react? Do you keep calm or do emotions take over? Share in the comments. Emotional control is the key to wisdom and inner strength. The Stoics said, "He who controls his emotions controls his life." When you don't allow anger, resentment, or fear to dictate your behavior, you maintain inner peace and strength. This is an important skill in everyday life. Imagine a situation. Someone in public transport bumps into you or says something unpleasant. Your heart starts beating faster. Anger rises and you want to respond. But if you stay silent, keep your inner peace, avoid unnecessary stress, and perhaps see that the provocation didn't deserve attention. Imagine a queue and someone tries to cut in front, saying they are in a hurry. The first reaction is offense and irritation. You think, why is their time more important than mine? But if you remain calm and don't react, you don't let emotions break you. The provocateur expects a strong reaction. Your silence deprives them of control and power. Manage your emotions, manage your life. Recall a situation when emotions took over and you later regretted it. What could you have done differently? Share your stories in the comments. Maybe your experience will help others. When you choose not to react, you avoid conflict and show strength. People get what they expect and you rise above the situation, maintaining control over your emotions. Emotional control helps you act strategically. Sometimes silence is the best response. It gives you time to think, see the situation more broadly, and choose the right path. If you give in to emotions immediately, you might make mistakes you later regret. Try to pause and not react instantly. Let your emotions settle. Look at how a pause affects the situation. Write in the comments whether this approach helped and what feelings you experienced afterward. The third point is that actions speak louder than words. By choosing silence, your actions begin to speak for you. People cannot predict your moves. This creates an aura of mystery and respect around you. Think about how many times you've seen people who talk a lot but do nothing. Words create the illusion of progress, but do not lead to results in reality. Imagine how actions can change perception and outcomes. Imagine a person who tells everyone about starting a new life, sports, business, or a new hobby. He eagerly shares his plans, but time passes and nothing changes. Every time he is asked about progress, he finds excuses. Not ready yet. I'll start on Monday, waiting for the right moment. In the end, the words become empty. Now imagine another person who tells nothing, but quietly moves step by step toward their goal. One day, everyone notices their success without knowing how they achieved it. He didn't waste energy on words, he acted. What do you think is better? Sharing plans with others or moving toward the goal in silence until the result speaks? Write your opinion and experience in the comments. When you talk too much about plans, it creates an illusion of achievement. The brain perceives discussion as partial task completion. This reduces motivation to act. When you act silently, energy is preserved for real steps. Others distract you less with their opinions and expectations. Imagine a student who's been telling everyone for years how he plans to write a book. He discusses ideas, shares thoughts about future success, but imagine a person who doesn't talk about their plans, but dedicates several hours every morning to working on the book. After years, the book is published and everyone is surprised. People wonder how he achieved it. The answer is simple. He talked less and acted more. Have you ever talked about plans but never realized them? What prevented you from bringing your ideas to life? Share your stories in the comments. Maybe it will help others reflect on their habits and change their approach to actions. Action is the language of success, speaking in silence. Work calmly towards your goals without being distracted by external opinions, and the result will speak for itself. Remember the great ones who reached heights not with words, but with deeds. Success is built on work and actions, not empty promises. Keep your plans to yourself. Focus on the important steps that bring you closer to success. Write in the comments what has changed in your approach. The world around is filled with noise. Everyone wants to be heard. But those who know how to move in silence achieve more and are noticed more strongly. When you speak less, your actions become stronger. Silence is your ally on the path to success and inner peace. The more you do, the more you preserve your energy for truly important actions that lead to results. Silence is not weakness, but strength. The power of silence is the ability to concentrate, control emotions, and not be distracted by external noise, moving towards goals quietly and confidently. Your actions are your true face, and when they speak for you, no one can ignore or underestimate them. Think about what is more important to you, empty words or real deeds. How will you move forward, sharing plans or starting to act in silence? Write your thoughts in the comments. This could be the beginning of your new path. Remember, silence is gold for great achievements. When you move in silence, you leave space for great achievements, allowing your actions to speak for you. If you liked the video and found it useful, give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new episodes. We invite you to join our Telegram channel, the link to which is in the description below the video. Your actions are the main tool for success. So move forward in silence and achieve what you truly want. See you in the next video.